All right. Well, I managed to get these flat ass screws out. That's the one. There's one of them. Oh, here we go. This is the. So, these are the kinds that were flat, and you literally have to drill out. So, I use this. They call it a extractor set from, and the trick is, I broke one drill bit trying to get it in straight, and this is coming from Harbor Freight, by the way. It's a Warrior 12-piece screw extractor set. And they have different sizes here, and it shows the different sizes. So you get the drill bits, and I used the smallest one. I actually ended up getting into my other one that I used for the one that I used for the Milwaukee set. And at first I used the small bit, trying to get this, and it ended up I got the hole drilled. And what you do is you get the piece, you get that bit in the hole, and you take and you hit it in there. You give it a good whack, and you put the drill on reverse, and you just slowly creep the screw out, and I end up and I put new I ended up putting some new screws in here so I can take it out. So inside this thing, there's a diaphragm, and there's a spring in there that goes in the top down to the diaphragm, and then down inside there's a plastic like nub that sticks out, looks like a triangular piece. You take the needle nose and you pull it out. You gotta watch out because it'll fly. The needle will come out because inside where the needle comes in, there's a little spring that it's spring loaded, kind of like the size of a ballpoint pen spring. So what I had found some. Actually, I had found two smaller flat washers than this on my tray of washers that I had picked up, which I got from. Actually, I got these from Harbor Freight. So you actually can almost rebuild your carburetor from parts and tools from Harbor Freight. So I actually added two really thin washers on there, which will make it more rich. And if it's too rich, then I'll take one of the washers out. So I got one. There was one really skinny, tiny one I found, and I put that in there, and I added an extra one. There was already one because it wasn't the kind that you can actually adjust it with the C clip. So you actually at the end of the needle was like a block, and then you just add washers to it, you know, underneath that to raise up the needle. So if it's too rich, and I'll have to take the cap off and take one of the washers out. But I wanted it a little bit more rich because when I took it out today, it was running really good. No hesitation at the start, but when I was maxed out. When I was maxed out with the RPMs, it was like it acted like it wanted more gas, since I drilled out the the main jet. So this needle goes down into the main jet. So I think the needle was actually plugging off the main jet more. It was starving it for gas. So I hope I didn't put one. too much. I hope I didn't open up too much. If not, if it runs too rich, then I will just, I'll check the plug, see if it's got a lot of gas on the plug. And if it is, I'll take out one of the washers and try it again. So that's where I'm at with this thing. And these screws, I actually got these screws from Ace Hardware, the new screws. These screws in Ace Hardware. I can't think of the number on them, but if you take the screw that you pull out of here and go over there and match it out, it's 4 by number 4 by, I can't remember the thread, but you can match it up with their uh, thread matcher that you can screw in. And that's how I did it. But they're only like 25 cents a piece. I used the ones that I had found earlier and replace those top ones. So, but I'm not going to put it on tonight. I could, but I'm not going to. It's getting late. So, but I didn't measure this. Let's see. Yeah, I think the throat is 24 millimeters. So that, I guess that's what the throat is. The numbers on this carburetor. PD24J. So the needle is, I'm not really sure what the size of the main jet is, but this is your that's well, this is where the air goes in. That's what your air box goes on. And then this is where it goes into the intake. So it's 24 millimeters is the intake on this thing. And I've seen guys mill these things out, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, you can buy a different carburetor, but I'm probably maxing it out right now with the jet size and that. So we'll see how it runs tomorrow after I install it. I am not doing it tonight. It is really late. But this is all I got right now, and I'll get this uploaded. Hopefully y'all can hear this, because it seems like my volume's down on these things. But that was the latest update on the Hammerhead GTS 150 GY6 engine carburetor, 150cc.